Welcome to the M3 Infuser training video, your own personal guide to the M3 application process. This video will take you through the steps required to apply a variety of active ingredients with the latest in refillable microinjection technology. Before you begin the application process, consult the M3 Infusion Guide to ensure you have the necessary equipment. Begin by inspecting the tree to determine the amount of root flare excavation required. Trees that have visible root flares above the soil line do not require excavation. Look for girdling roots, root or crown rot, and any other indications of stress that may be present. Treating trees in significant decline may result in uneven crown distribution or diminished results. If necessary, remove the sod and soil from the base of the tree, taking care not to damage the root flare tissue. Thoroughly clean soil from the root flares using a coarse brush. Soil left on the flares can dull drill bits and clog holes. To determine the dosage, measure the diameter of the tree at chest height with a DBH tape. With this information, you can find the appropriate dosage in the product's use label. If the dosage requires mixing the product with water, use the provided mixing bottle to prepare the solution. Take the fill gun and unscrew the flange from the top of the bottle mount. Hold the dosing bottle upright and slide the flange onto the bottle's collar. With the dosing bottle still in the upright position, turn the fill gun upside down and insert the inlet needle through the septum. If the septum is new, piercing it with a pin or paper clip will prolong the life of the fill gun's inlet needle. Slide the inlet needle all the way through the septum and screw the bottle onto the bottle mount. Do not over-tighten or cross-thread this component. Once the bottle is attached, adjust the dosage dialer to the amount required. Align the leading face of the plunger with the tick marks on the chamber for an accurate dose. Be aware that if you decrease the dosage with the fluid in the chamber, it will force fluid out the tip. To prime the fill gun's chamber, squeeze the handle and hold it so the plunger is all the way towards the tip. Now, slightly release the handle and squeeze it again. Repeat this until fluid is drawn into the chamber and out the tip. To avoid loss of product and environmental exposure, use a rinseate container or an M3 to collect chemical expelled while priming. When the fill gun has been successfully primed, there should be no air bubbles visible in the chamber. Practice this procedure with water to avoid unnecessary loss of chemical. Press the fill gun's needle against the duckbill valve on the M3 infuser and squeeze the trigger to administer the prescribed amount of fluid. Do not push the fill gun's needle through the duckbill valve. This will create unnecessary wear and tear on the valve. When filling the last M3 of the day, turn the gun upside down before you release the trigger. This will prevent the fluid from being drawn back into the chamber. Place M3 infusers around the tree at each injection site. Take a drill with a sharp 15/64 inch high helix drill bit and slowly drill a hole into the root flare with enough downward angle to ensure the M3 can empty. Take care not to spin the bit in the hole. Avoid infusing into areas with dead tissue or deep valleys and sunken areas. Insert the M3 into the hole. Push firmly to obtain a tight seal. We recommend minimizing the time between drilling and insertion. Start the infusion by turning the valve screw in a counterclockwise direction. When the valve opens, you will see fluid move into the tip. Do not completely open the valve. This will cause the M3 to depressurize. If you notice a leak around the hole, attempt to seat the M3 with a slight twist. If leaking persists, close the control valve and drill a new hole. Uptake with the M3 should last several minutes. Monitor the injectors in the tree. If you notice slow uptake, you can add more air with the charger to increase their internal pressure. Determine the volume of air needed by consulting the pressurization chart and adjust the charger's volume dosage accordingly. Administer the pressure in the same manner as the fluid by pressing the needle against the duckbill valve and squeezing the charger. Be careful not to overpressurize the M3. Too much pressure can cause the M3 to leak or blow the duckbill valve. At the end of each day's use, flush the M3 infuser with water and inject into the tree, or dispense it into an enclosed chemical-resistant container to be disposed of at an approved waste facility. This concludes the M3 Infuser training video. For more information, call our Solution Center at 877-272-6747 or visit us on the web at treecarescience.com.